inside David Pollock and Jesse Palmer, and guys can't wait to get this one started. Catches it inside his 20, chance to really gain some ground. Gets it all the way out to the 33 before he stopped.
Receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
And the Sooners, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Looking to throw, it's Bush. Quarterback extends the play. And not much going on downfield. You just get rid of it and live to play another down. Play this game in the shadow of big techs. You can get a corny dog out there, play carnival games, and see one of the great rivalries in the sport, David.
It's crazy. You literally walk outside of the stadium, and there are thousands upon thousands of people. They don't even realize any football game's going on, Jesse. They're just having a good time.
You're right. It's part of what makes this game so special. The Red River rivalry is just so much fanfare. There's so much tradition. And remember, with bragging rights on the line, this thing just means more.
This time, stopped in the backfield, finding the sledding a little tougher than on that last run.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
The Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll pull it on the read. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss.
How about the speed on defense? Offense trying to get tricky, trying to run the quarterback outside, but the pursuit and the speed by this defense, they got to him quick.
Got some work to do on second down after that last one. They need 13. Running back searching for a hole. Not a lot there. Picks up one inside the 20 to the 19.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The 7th play of this opening drive will be a 3rd and long. To the air, it's Bush. Got the quick pass. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. Wide receiver going in motion. Defense in press coverage. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. And he makes a grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, Sooners.
And this offense just made their first statement, the first drive. 4th down. What are we going to do? We're going to be aggressive. Not only that, they get the touchdown. They're rewarded. What a hot start for this offense.
And he added the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Crawford. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped On the gun, he leaves it with the back. Just gets it to the 20, a pickup of 1. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Makes the grab and gets the foot in bounds, and it'll be a first down.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
They've got him spread out on 2nd and 7, 2 wide out to either side. Might be calling a hot route. To throw, it's Lacy. And he rifled in that pass, but it's incomplete. They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. On the ground, it's turned. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Moving away from pressure. Got his man downfield. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26. The analytics nerds will tell you that a 4-yard pickup on 1st down is a successful play. Let's see what they have on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Under fire. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They go to the ground. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. The Sooners are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to throw, it's Bush. Quickly complete. He goes out of bounds right at the 15-yard line. And you go to old Mr. Reliable in the red zone, and you still have a chance to turn this into 6 instead of 3.
And 3rd down, great job by this offense. Move the chains, give yourself another fresh set of downs, but find the big targets in the red zone. Those guys make life easy on a quarterback.
To the ground with the back. They'll knock him down behind the line, and that's how we'll end this quarter. At the end of the period, Oklahoma has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played 1 period. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. And the Sooners with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. He'll keep it himself. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line?
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the 1st down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's cut.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're fourth and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And now the lead is extended a little further. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. He'll bring it out. It's Crawford. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The Longhorns racing to the line in the hurry-up.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Got it in the middle. It's Ncaa. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. The Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air, it's Lacey. Gets it to him on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. Behind the chains now on second and long.
And on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
Catch in the middle. It's Ncaa. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. You don't really want to lose track of anybody, but I would say, David, especially not him.
Yeah, when you know he's really good, that's a good decision. Hey, sometimes you double him. Well, and sometimes you run the old zero coverage, like nobody covers him at all. And that's what they did right there. That's not good sound defense.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on the play.
Might be changing the route. Back to pass on second down. Makes the grab. It's Terry.
And on the slant route, I love the location of the throw by the quarterback. He's not making it difficult on his receiver. He's putting the football out in front, hitting his receiver right in the face mask and making it easy for him.
Turning it on. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. And the Longhorns kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Wants to go up top on first down. Pulls it in. It's Turner. Stopped just inside the 20.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. To the air, it's Lacey. Looking down the middle. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. Defense comes up with a play. They get the pick and take it back to the 20.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Thomas. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Looking to take a shot. And that'll be incomplete as the pass is knocked away, but there is a penalty flag down. Let's see who it's on. Defense gave them a free one on that one. It's now 2nd and 5. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. The Sooners want to pick up the tempo. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Washington. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. This is a great way to control tempo, control the game, feeding the tight end, and they've done it beautifully here in the first half.
You find great matchups, Reese. I mean, you think about it. He's too good to be covered by linebackers. You like your matchup versus a safety, so zone or make.
There we go. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
He's got it, and he will score. Touchdown, Oklahoma. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
Man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Crawford. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. They'll go to the toss. Creates a little space. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
How about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. It seems so inviting to try to get the ball outside, but this defense is so fast, you just end up running sideways.
And when you don't have any misdirection or something else to look at before you pitch that ball on the perimeter, a lot of times those guys can play even faster. They can see it right now, those safeties fly up, those corners fly up, outside backers fly up, and get in the play immediately.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. Starting to get things moving. It's 1st and 10. He might want another play. Looking downfield, it's Lacey. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. The Longhorns headed quickly to the line. Back to pass. Bringing the heat. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Well, even though that pass was incomplete, I wouldn't be shocked if this defense in the second half decides to play some deeper coverages. This offense has already shown they're willing to be aggressive, and they've got a lot of speed. Moving forward, this defense cannot afford to give up big plays in the passing game.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Good timing on the quick out. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. One more snap coming before halftime. Power football with the run. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Sooners will boot it away to start the second half. Coming out with it, it's Crawford. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score, I get a stop. I score, I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops. So this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Here's the give off the left side. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Looking to throw, it's Lacey. Finds his man, it's Hardy. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on the defense.
Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. And the Longhorns in the hurry-up.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. With that,
and the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. That sack gets this offense behind the chains. It's 2nd down. Quarterback may change this route. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. The short hand, it's McCutcheon. And he'll be brought down. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. From From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. The sure hands, it's McCutcheon. And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Rush is on him. Grabs it inside the 15. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9.
This offense not wasting any time. First play of the 3rd quarter, and they're aggressive, taking a shot. You know they had some conversations in the locker room at halftime. How can we get a big one right out of the gate? Defense isn't going to be expecting it. They took the shot, they hit it, and this offense is hungry.
They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Sends it back in motion. Back to throw, it's Bush. Moving out of the pocket. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
That is exactly what I would tell this quarterback to do. Throw that ball away. Don't force it. Don't create a turnover down here in the red zone. We still got a few more downs to go. Nice job by the QB with the decision making.
His defense didn't hang its head. They stood tall after the big play. 3rd and goal coming. Trying to barrel in. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. He'll bring it out. It's Crawford. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Here comes the Texas offense. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll start this drive going to the air. Got it behind the line. It's Hardy. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. That's where they'll mark him down, but what a play there to pick up a first down.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Looking downfield, it's Lacey. Quick completion on the out. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, I think for that play to work, you need to have some access and cushion and coverage. For the receiver to be able to do something with it after the catch. That time, the defender was just way too close, all over him. And he tackles him for no gain.
Wants to keep it in the air. He slings it deep to the left. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
RD, what a play by the safety, and then the free safety specifically. When you're playing cover 2 and you're sitting back in half the field responsibility, you got to see the formation, and you got to understand the quarterback. You're watching the quarterback's eyes and reading him. He takes him right to the football. Free safety jumps the route, makes the INT.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his tracks.
Might as well stick with him. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to believe the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
We reached the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. And the Sooners will send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think
he's going to try to hit him over the top. Makes the grab on the big throw. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
And maybe the big fella can jumpstart this offense a little bit. They got to get some points, and he's that big physical guy, breaking some tackles, making some plays. Here in the fourth quarter, they're going to need it.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. The throw to the outside is complete. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. The Longhorns want to crank the tempo. Motion from the wideout. Making side adjustments here. Scanning the field, it's Lacey. Firing to the right, complete. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a first and goal.
Smart play by the quarterback. Nothing open, dump it off to your running back. And listen, he's a running back. He's used to having the ball in his hands, and he's a big running back. So if you want to bring that to the ground in the open field, it's very difficult. Great job by the running back making a play.
First and goal, and this feels like their chance to make a game of it. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
And this is the area of the field where you need a really good back. You can depend on, you can give him the football. He's going to hit a little crease and just lower his shoulder, be physical, be powerful. You saw last week he got a rushing touchdown. I look for this offense to continue to feed him and maybe get him another one today.
Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal. Tight end now in motion. Quickly complete. Touchdown Longhorn! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession.
really nice job working the route, getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. Kentucky is in trouble right now, and unless something drastic changes, we're looking at Wildcat on the menu tonight in Lexington. They're trailing by 14 to Tennessee. Week in and week out in the SEC, it's a battle of attrition, and if anything big changes, you'll hear about it here.
Thanks for the update. Breaks into the open. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Well, the offense has the lead, and we call this 4-minute offense. This is a situation that teams around the country practice, having the lead late in the game and needing to ice it by running the football and throwing high percentage passes.
that clock to run. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Back to throw, it's Bush. Here's a heat. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires to the middle. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. Got room on the return. Then some, and he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Texas!
Oh, they could not have come up with a bigger play at a more opportune time. The defense getting the interception and taking it back to the house right at a point in the game when it looked like the offense was maybe going to pad their lead and seal this one. All of a sudden, this game has gotten really interesting.
And they did tack on the extra point. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. Running to daylight from inside his 25. Can they catch him? They won't get an answer. Touchdown. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space, great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
Finds his big tight end. Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion as they extend the lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Crawford. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot.
He came into this year with big expectations. Everybody expecting him to stat it up. And now with that last completion, he's already over 2,000 yards passing for the season.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's kind of how their day's gone, right? Like they haven't protected their guy up front, and that's why they haven't been explosive and scored a bunch of points, man. Position number 1 for every offense. Like, if we're going to throw, we got to protect him. And just right there, he gets hit again. He's been sacked several times. Like, this offensive line's got to do a better job.
Dropping back, it's Lacey. That's caught. It's Terry.
Listen, the defense gave up a couple of yards, but they're happy to give that up because they know the clock is still ticking. They're trying to bleed this thing. If you want to throw it over the middle of the field inbounds, they'll give that to you all day.
Showing the arm straight down the left side. Oh, he had him. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing. We're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Wide receiver going in motion. On On fourth down, looking to pass. Finds him out of the backfield. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Here's a throw downfield late.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Grabbed over the middle, it's McCutcheon. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. They just keep